keeps it coming, man. They are consistently good. We've been waiting years for this era, and now it's time to enjoy what is a great era that WWE is in. The post Vince McMahon era. Let's get it. Of course, we start with our undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. No suit today. He is simply in it's what is a tank top of sorts, and yeah, no suit. And he's able to talk about how he's frustrated with the new bloodline, specifically because they put Randy Orton through a table, and Randy means a lot to him. Randy was once Cody's mentor, and Randy is now Cody's friend. So Randy hated to see the bloodline. Cody hated to see the bloodline put Randy Orton through that table. So nonetheless, we get a little promo from Cody Rhodes, and that is surely interrupted by Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who look to pick a fight with the undisputed WWE champion as they go ahead and catch an advantage. Words only get them so far before these guys start fighting each other. And Cody has the upper hand for half a second before this tag team starts beating him down. They throw him out of the ring. And what's cool is in Nebraska, hometown boy, boxer Terrence Crawford is actually at ringside and goes ahead and hands Cody Rhodes a steel chair. Cody goes back into the ring and hits Austin Theory and Grayson Waller with the steel chair. Cody stands tall. That's how we open up SmackDown. That leads us into our first match of the evening, which is Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. Definitely an exciting match that many people were looking forward to tonight. It's kicking off the show. It's our technically not kicking off the show the Cody promo did, but it's our first match of the evening is what I meant to say. And of course, this match cooks, guys. This match is awesome between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Andrade ends up getting the victory here against Carmelo Hayes, and honestly, I'm cool with that. I've been wanting Andrade to get more wins. I think I'm sorry. I think Carmelo Hayes has plenty of time left to evolve and become a main event player, maybe get a mid card championship before that. He's got plenty of time to do all that. We don't exactly have the same amount of time with Andrade, right? Andrade is a little older, and I'm a huge fan of Andrade. So to see him get a win against Carmelo Hayes, that's huge here. And we'll see where that leads to. Actually, we know where that leads to a championship, hopefully. That was so lame. Next, we actually have one of those classic virtual interviews where one of the commentators goes ahead and interviews Bailey and Nia Jax, who are in separate rooms. They're joining in virtually. I really like this promo for this feud. I think Bailey versus Nia Jax it feels like a classic 80s underdog champion versus giant. Like, dare I say this, Bailey and Nia Jax has a Hogan and Andre vibe to it. Of course, it's not on the level of Hogan and Andre, but it has a modern Hogan and Andre vibe, even if it's not matching the intensity and the star power. I'll go ahead and admit that. But it really does feel like underdog champ versus the giant here. And Bailey gets a little real here as she says, you didn't injure me back in the day because you were strong and powerful. You injured me because you were big, clumsy, and reckless, which does ring a little true. And you could see that in Nia's face as she gets pretty pissed off at what Bailey is saying. Bailey's keeping it real. This feud feels real. Like I said, this is a very underrated feud, Bailey and Nia Jax, that I was very excited for when Nia Jax won Queen of the Ring. I think Nia Jax, while I didn't like her as much in the past, has really come into her own over the past year or so and is just a fantastic women's wrestler. It took a long time for her to develop what she is now, but man, it is developed. It is great. And I think this match is going to be awesome at SummerSlam. I can't wait for it. One of my most anticipated matches is SummerSlam. And I know that sounds crazy because there's a lot of good stuff going on right now, but truly, Bailey and Nia rocks. Okay, we then go to a backstage segment where Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair look to speak with Adam Pearce, and they're briefly interrupted by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They start talking smack to each other. This is pro wrestling, and then it actually leads to a match between Chelsea Green and Bianca Belair. And this match doesn't last long. I swear Bianca gets the victory within like 30 seconds or something. Nonetheless, man, we look like we're going to have some sort of tag team match sooner rather than later, whether it's on next week's SmackDown or maybe SummerSlam pre show, maybe the SummerSlam made card, even. I don't think this is necessarily a pre show match. I'm just spitting off the top of the dome. Um, yeah, so it looks like we got a little tag team women's feud going on here with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, which should be money. Then we have Adam Pearce in the ring. Or I'm sorry, we have Nick Aldis in the ring. Please excuse me. And he's got the contract for the United States Championship match at SummerSlam. So this, of course, leads to Logan Paul and LA Knight coming face to face, having a heated exchange of words, and these guys work so well together, man. Logan Paul is not only great in the ring, but he's so good on the mic, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I really am not a Logan Paul fan, but I will say he's a fantastic professional wrestler through and through in almost every department, if not every department. And then LA Knight too, man, is just at this point a legend in the business, one of the most underrated legends of this generation. I'm gonna go ahead and call him a legend because that's what he is. So we're getting these two guys wrestling at SummerSlam for that United States Championship. I couldn't be more excited, man. Really hope LA Knight pulls out the victory, but I will acknowledge and respect Logan Paul because he is a worthy US champion. So this exchange of words is really cool here, man. Logan Paul kind of hits deep. He says, "You're just a wrestler. I'm more than a wrestler. I do this part time, but I do this part time better than you could ever do it full time," is basically what he tells LA Knight. And a lot of us can't help but feel like he's right. Like he's talking his shit and he means it and it's true. I hate to say it, guys. Like I said, not a Logan Paul stan, but dude, this guy's real. This guy's got some good shit when he steps in a pro wrestling ring, when he steps in the arena. Like this guy has really proved himself and I got nothing but respect for that. So this match is going to be off the hook. Of course, LA Knight is spectacular as well. We got two more matches here. The penultimate main event of SmackDown this week is Tiffany Stratton taking on Michin. And of course, Nia Jax is in Tiffany Stratton's corner because Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax have recently formed some sort of an alliance, a shaky, loose alliance. They both want the WWE Women's Championship from Bayley. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend, is essentially what is going on with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. And surprisingly, man, Michin gets the roll up victory over Tiffany Stratton, which is a huge win for Michin, who's been, down in NXT for a while, taking losses for a while. So it's really cool to see Michin get a win over what is a very popular Tiffany Stratton. And then we go into the main event. Before we get to the main event, we actually had a backstage segment early in the night, playing off of the opening segment between Cody Rhodes, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. And Cody Rhodes goes up to Nick Aldis and says, "Hey, put me in a 1-on-2 handicap match against Theory and Waller tonight." And general manager of SmackDown, Nick Aldis, says, "Hey, you know I can't do that. I'm going to have to answer to the board of directors," or whatever he said, "if I put you in a 2-on-1 handicap match. You are our champion. I can't be doing that. So find yourself a tag team partner." Take a wild guess who his tag team partner was. And again, we established that Randy Orton is a bit hurt this week. He's not injured, but he's not on SmackDown this week because he got put through a table by the Bloodline. So, of course, it's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has been gone for a little bit, not even long, just a little bit because his mother was in the hospital. A good reason to spend time with your family and miss SmackDown. But nonetheless, guys, Kevin Owens' mother is actually doing well, which was announced on social media by the man himself, Kevin Owens. So I'm really glad to hear that. And then, of course, KO is the mystery tag team partner of Cody Rhodes in the main event of SmackDown tonight. Very cool. Predictable, but cool. So predictable ain't always bad. Like, that's consistency right there. So anyway, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens end up getting the win against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. To close out the show, we have the Bloodline come out, and they've got Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens outnumbered 4-2. And let's just say the bloodline stands tall to close out SmackDown. They put Cody Rhodes through a table. They beat the shit out of both guys. And yeah, these new bloodline members are a force to be reckoned with. And that is established further once more on this week's episode of SmackDown, thus furthering the current rivalry between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa, which is fantastic. I think that's a perfect SummerSlam main event. You know, who's next in line for the tribal chief after Roman? Solo Sikoa. And they wait till the second biggest show of the year after WrestleMania to put this on, Cody versus Solo. Yeah, solid. Very cool episode of SmackDown. I'm very excited for SummerSlam. It seems like with SmackDown, all the matches are set for SummerSlam. It's Monday Night Raw where we have a little bit of gears turning. Like, what are we going to see with CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins? That's mainly it. I guess Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley will be wrestling each other. I guess Gunther will be facing Damian Priest. And then we'll see if that Intercontinental Championship is defended at SummerSlam. I think it should be. I think that's a historic thing right there. Intercontinental Championship being defended at SummerSlam. We even had the Intercontinental Championship main event SummerSlam several years ago. So I really hope to see an Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam nonetheless. Anyway, that's about Monday Night Raw. This is a Friday Night SmackDown summary and analysis. All I was trying to say is SmackDown is pretty set for SummerSlam, and they're just building their matches quite well, getting me more and more excited for SummerSlam. But this was a fun episode of SmackDown, and I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow for Slammiversary. I'm hoping I'm able to watch Slammiversary tomorrow, and I'm planning on it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.